working on a 2017 Honda CRV. It needs a new AC condenser. I was quoted $1,000 for the job, and that was with a 10% discount from the dealer. I found the part on Amazon for like $74 or $76, I think. And the job's not that hard of a job. So I'll show you step by step how to do this, how to swap out the AC condenser, and then we'll get the system recharged and the air conditioning should be working nicely. Okay, to start out, you've got all these little clips here. There's 8 of them. These break really easily, so I mean, be as careful as you can to try to reuse them. But just understand that you're probably going to have to go and buy some replacement clips, and that's just part of the job. It's not that big of a deal. But I'm going to be very gentle with these. See if I can actually save them. And one of the tricks that I learned, instead of just prying this way, also twist your screwdriver once you get it under there. So instead of prying here, well, I'll pry a little, and then I twist it from side to side, and you can gently pop that clip up by doing that. Well, that's a miracle. I actually got all those out without breaking any of them, which that might be the first time in the history of forever that that has happened. Okay, once you have those clips out, this will just lift out, set to the side. And now we got to get the clips on the bottom. So we're looking underneath the car here, and you've got these clips along here. So starting from the edge, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's it right there, 9, 10, 11. And then there's these little tabs along here that you'll need to work with. And then we'll also have to get into the wheel well. There should be a couple of clips in the wheel well and 2 Phillips screws, I believe, in each wheel well. So I'm going to take those out and then we'll go from there. I'm not going to show that on video just because it's not that exciting and I can't hold the camera and work at the same time. I apologize for the terrible camera angle. It's always bad to film from dark into light, but I didn't really have a choice. So there's a Phillips screw right here, which in my case I don't need to disconnect because this bumper was broken when I purchased the vehicle. Actually, that's not true. Somebody hit my car after I purchased it, so it's been broken since the day I bought it, which is a bummer. But there's another one of those clips right here. And again, just kind of finesse it. Surprisingly, I haven't broken any of the clips yet. I broke one of the heads, but I can still use the clip. I split the head kind of in half. But amazingly, the clip is still okay, which is pretty remarkable. Okay, that should do it. Okay, I'll do the same thing on the other wheel well. On the other one, I will undo this screw right here. There are these little tabs from this trim piece right here, and those just kind of pop out. And then you'll notice there's a Phillips head screwdriver screw right there, excuse me. I don't know if I should undo that one or that one. Let's try this one. Let's see what happens. That was the right choice. Okay. I need to turn the wheel to access this one. Okay, now along here there's a series of little, not clips like we've been removing, it's just got little tabs that just kind of fit together, and you just need to pop those out. Easier said than done sometimes. I've seen people just pull these, and I should probably just do the same, but I'm Just trying to be extremely careful. So I kind of pushed it up, but you can see when I pull this away. See those? They're like little holes, and they go in these corresponding clips, which are very difficult to see, but anyway, that's what you're separating. Again, a lot of people just pull this. I'm just trying to be a little bit more delicate. Undoing the tabs. Where I just yank it out. But you probably don't need to. Okay, same thing on this side. And just very delicately push those little tabs down with my screwdriver, so I don't have to just rip this out. I just am worried, you know, this is just plastic, so just want to kind of be gentle. I'm sure somebody will watch this and say, oh, you don't need to do that. That's fine. Do it whatever way makes you feel comfortable. I feel like Bob Ross right now saying that. Happy little bumper here. Take off the happy little bumper. Okay, I got these. Need to come out. Torx bits. I can give you the size here in a minute when I figure it out. So this is a T27 Torx bit. I think it's a little too small, but it worked. But I don't know, maybe that's the perfect size. It's like one size too small, I can tell. So not the right size Torx bit, just FYI. There was one here and one here. Hopefully you can see that. There. So I just took those out. It's coming out nicely. Those are the headlight screws. And there's one of those clips, and it definitely broke off. That is a very, I may end up having to replace this whole piece, which is what I think they want. They booby trap pieces like this. So it's so fragile, and it just doesn't hold up. And then they make more money off you because you got to replace it so the car doesn't look stupid. But you can see once I got that released, the whole bumper just came down. So do what you got to do, guys. Good luck. I hope you don't break a clip like I did. Okay, there it goes. Now, gotta disconnect some wires in here. So you can see there's this headlight that needs to be disconnected. Oh, there it goes. Okay, that's that side. So there's just a little electrical clip. And then there's this little guy. Well, believe it or not, that's actually the hardest part of the whole thing. Everything else after this is fairly straightforward. It's just getting all this stuff off so that you can access the condenser. So it looks like I got to take this metal bracket off, and I got to be able to lift this this piece out, and then we'll have access. So just a few more clips and we're there. Almost home free. Yeah. Another 10 mil. Alright, so you've got this bar right here. And there's 10 mil bolts on the sides. So take this bar off. Other side, same thing. Of course, the horn is hooked to that. So I'm going to move this to the side. I can let it dangle, I suppose. It won't be the end of the world, but that's just really annoying. I could disconnect it. There's all these little clips. I don't want to replace those. So they'll definitely break when I pull it out. Just a clip there. I just couldn't see it. That's definitely going to break. Cool. It looks like there's 3 of these clips on the bottom. That's not going to be fun to have to replace those. Broke 2 of them so far. Okay, wow. One more right in the front. Okay. Little pebbles in there from driving on the highway. All right, this piece comes off with 4 bolts, all 10 millimeter. And I like, on pieces like this where I take out the whole piece, I just put the bolts with the piece. And that way I remember what goes with what. But oftentimes you take bolts out, but no piece comes out. And when that happens, I just put them somewhere. And it helps to film it, because then I can look back at the film and see if I can't keep it straight. And again, I gotta let this piece hang because the wire harnesses. Kind of a pain in the neck, but that's what it is. There it is. Our AC condenser right here, and here's the radiator. So that wasn't terrible, wasn't fun, wasn't terrible. Okay, you got one on the front, super easy to get to and remove. And then you got this one on the side, also 10 millimeter. It's your, I think this one's your low pressure. Some corrosion on that, I'll need to clean that up. And then I'm wearing goggles. There may be a little bit of Freon left in the system, or R134, or whatever you call it now. A little bit, not much. But better safe than sorry, right? Be a real bummer to spray that in your eyes. Okay. do these on the front. There you go, that wasn't that hard. I just barely stuck this in there and popped right apart. Okay. Oh good, it's got 2 more 10 millimeters at the bottom here. Oh, but I can get it with my drill. One. Where's the other one? Okay, now, there it is. The old leaky condenser. Now, okay, here's my new part. And you can tell which way is the front because the attachment piece where the hose is going to connect should be on the front left. So the front side on the left, and that's right there. And there's a little thing here, just keep it all nice and clean inside so debris doesn't get in there on both of those ports. So just a 10 millimeter bolt, take that off and hook it all up. So I'll do that right now. Now when you put this in and when you're handling it, you want to be extremely careful of these little fins here. You don't want to bend them. If you look closely, you can see I've slightly bent those right above my thumb. And it's not a big deal, but you just want to keep these as pristine as possible. So be very gentle when you put this back in. Okay, so I'm going to start by reattaching these bolts here so it's hanging properly the way that it should. It's nice that everything's 10 millimeter. It's a good moment in the project when you go from your drill being in reverse to your drill being in forward. It means you've turned the corner on the halfway point. Properly. Now we'll get the bottom ones in. By the way, one of the best tools I ever bought for my impact drill, or best attachments, is this piece right here. It just allows you to use your socket set on your drill, and boy, that sure saves a lot of time so you're not wrenching so much. All right, now that the condenser's in, I'm gonna have to run over to the Ford dealer real quick. You don't want to use these same seals that are on the high and the low pressure line. So I'm gonna go replace those seals. I'll get a bunch of clips on this piece because I broke almost all of them off. So I need those seals, I need those clips, and that should do it. I think that's about it. So anyway, when we pick back up, I'll have the new seals. I'll go from there. Okay, well, I got those new seals and I threw them on here. And before you put them on, make sure to coat them with oil. I just used some engine oil, not used oil, obviously. Nice new clean oil. This is what I use. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. Just throw on some good oil. I coated them really good, and then I also put some on my pinky. I had gloves on. And I just kind of coated the inside of this just to help that seal out, to make sure that stays nice and sealed up in there. Same thing on the bottom one. And now I'm putting it back together. So it's time to start putting all these bolts back on. I'm going to move this camera back just a little bit, and here we go. All right, everything's just the reverse process, so I'll start putting all this back on. All my bolts in here for this piece. when I went to the Honda dealer, I just picked up a bunch of extra clips. I didn't know exactly how many I broke, so I just got a bunch, but see how this goes. The 3 on the bottom. So there's 3, and they clip into the bottom of this plastic piece that this went over, that kind of grill that goes in front of the condenser. All I gotta do is figure out how to get my hand in position so I can actually get those in. I'm gonna take my glove off. Whew, man, that is a tough angle to get that middle one. You might start with the middle one, to be honest. Oh, I got it. Oh, I can't believe that. Nice. Nice. I'll use the one that's in the best condition of all these, which will be this guy. And this one is right here. Some people might skip clips, but I'll be honest, it really bugs me when everything's not back together nice and tight. So I'm actually pretty meticulous about getting these clips back in. Oh, I got it. Ah, there it is. Where they're supposed to go. I don't want the paint from the bumper scraping on the concrete, so I'm gonna rest this bumper on top of the cardboard box that the condenser came in. Just go through it. I was hoping you'd be able to see this little wire harness, so it just snaps back on. And then there's this little clamp piece that just kind of shortens up the wire, and that really goes on super easily, so that should only take you a second or two. And now it's time to try to reattach this thing. These chrome pieces end up going right in front of this here, and I'll back that off just here so you can see a little better. And these pieces have like a C cup down, and I think they'll go right over these 2 bars coming out. But the trick is to like finagle it in there. It's not easy to get this up all the way. Wiggling. You can see this piece is going to sit right there. Same thing here. It's just a matter of getting it all in position, which, to be honest, not super easy. Torque screws. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4 torque screws right there. I'll let that sit. Hopefully it doesn't fall. I actually have to pull this back just a little. Oh, there it goes. Tuck that in there. Huh. Look at that. Just snap right. Huh. There it is. Well, for the proof that sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Now I got to go through and tuck all these in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 holes here and 4 that side, and then 1, 2, 3 here, and then the trim pieces on the side. So get that all back together. Now putting it in is a lot easier than taking it out because you can just kind of knock it in. And same thing here. So make sure you get it lined up. Okay. Yeah, that's just nice. Just kind of pops together. Alright. Same thing over here. I got all those lined up. Alright. You can peek in there and see. Watch the airbag deploy. Peek in there and see. If you've got them on or not. Okay. Okay. It's actually going a lot smoother than I thought it would, which, hey, I'll take that. There, now you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So, this little white piece, and then these yellow ones, and there's a little clip right there. So just pop them in, you'll feel them go in one at a time. What we're looking at on this side, notice the outside of the bumper wraps over the edge of this, so you need to fold it in a way that this is overlapping on this. You don't want this overlapping on this. And now you can see my screw goes right here, which I've got that right here. Okay, so here you can see what I'm saying. So this flap has to go behind the bumper here. Yeah, tuck it all in, and then this screw goes right there and just kind of holds it all together. Make sure to put pressure on it before you tighten it, just so it holds it all nice and snug together and keeps that looking clean. Now, there's also a clip that goes right here, which I will grab. Okay, so we got that side all buttoned up. And there's that screw. And there is that clip that I had to put in. You can barely see it. Let's go to the other side. Same thing over here. I've got this little white tab, and then I got the two yellow tabs. They gotta go in. So get that white one lined up, and then yellow, and then the other yellow. All right, well, I apologize for the lighting. There's a screw right there. This is the clip you need to use in the wheel well. If you can see that, it's that style right there. And now, all those clips on the bottom. Okay, so I got the bumper on, and now I need to put this cover piece on. And it has the 8 clips. That should go on very easily. Make sure I'm not miss anything? No. Now we just need to charge the AC. So, note on this, these Hondas do not take R134A. They take this new stuff, R1234YF. I'm told it's very important that you put this in and not 134A. I don't pretend to really know a whole lot about it, so I'm just doing what I was told. So I'm going to put this in, and you should also know your hose kit that you have for the R134A will not work on these. It's a different size, which really sucks. I don't know why Honda felt the need to go to a different coolant. R134A works perfectly great with all these other vehicles, and my philosophy is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. However, now we've gone to this R1234YF. It's quite a bit more expensive. So R134A, you can get a canister this size for like less than $8. I went to Napa and it was $7.69. This was $40, which is total bull crap, but what are you gonna do? It is what it is. So I'm gonna vacuum out the system. Here's my low pressure and my high pressure. And then I'm gonna put this in it, and we should have good air conditioning. So, all right, well, it got a little dark, but job's done. Let's test this out. Ooh, that is nice and cold. Holy cow, that is really cold. Good luck to you guys.